Oh, wrong box. Surprise! Check it out. Underground Cosmetics sent us a box of their pastel hair dye. And with Underground Cosmetics, every single one of their hair colors are all UV reactive. So this isn't our first time trying Underground Cosmetics on this channel. We have already had the honor of trying out all of their bold shades and all of their neon shades. Not only have I done full swatch videos on them, and I believe on how some of them remove, but I've also done a lot of hair color transformations with them. So I'll go ahead and link the videos below that we've done on Underground Cosmetics so far. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. Some of you might remember not too long ago, I did my own holographic rainbow hair on myself using Underground Cosmetics. And then I also added on these beautiful extensions here. So this kind of gives you an idea of what their colors look like as like a rainbow. That kind of gives you an idea of just how bright their bolds and neons can be. So they actually saw our video of this complete hair transformation and they were like, hey, we really love what you do. Is there any colors that you don't have yet or that you want us to send you? And I was like, I was just in disbelief. I'm like, oh my gosh, they love my hair art, you know, and it was such a great feeling that they liked what I did with their hair colors. So I was like, actually, back when you guys sent me the bold colors, you had mentioned that your pastels were going to be getting reformulated so that you weren't able to send those at that time. They went ahead and sent us all pastels, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not 1000% sure, but it looks like it might be every single one that they have. So I'm super pumped about this. Honestly, it's just in time for my birthday, which a lot of you know I don't really like celebrating. It's usually kind of not the happiest time for me. I'm working on that though, you know. Maybe too many feelings for the beginning of a video. So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and open these up so we can get to swatching. It couldn't have come at a better time considering I'm going to be changing my hair color. All right, let's see. It's beautiful. I love their packaging. Look, it makes my heart happy. We got blue. So look at that. We got our Underground Cosmetics sticker. I love it. It can go with our little rainbow one up here. We got rainbow and blue and green. I can't really see it now. We have a beautiful little card saying thank you. It's got their socials, all that kind of good stuff on there. Of course, their little sheet. This really goes into depth about pre-lightening your hair. What levels of your hair work best with which one of their colors, patch test warnings, things like that. This is semi-permanent hair dye. It's not demi-permanent. It's not permanent. It's like Fashion Colors Direct Dye. If you want really more into detail, go ahead and check out my other videos. Gosh, I'm already so excited. Oh, look. This is really like, honestly, I love hair and color. This is like just the best day ever. Oh my gosh, already right off the bat, look, we have pastel coral. Oh my gosh, these are going to be so cool to see. I love pastels. We have a pastel yellow, of course. Okay, so we have a coral and a yellow so far. What else we got? Pastel pink. Ooh, I love that. It looks like bubblegum pink. Hello. Not too shabby. Pastel peach, which I just did my hair neon peach and neon teal using Chroma Daddy hair dye. And it was a really fun combo. He has this one called Peach Please. Yeah, so here's their pastel peach. Pastel lavender. It's like a pastel fever dream in here. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to show you guys these all stacked next to each other. So far we have peach, coral, lavender, yellow, and pink. Oh, pastel teal. Oh my gosh. Was I not just talking about like teal and peach? This was such a fun combo on my hair. It was so pretty. I loved it. So yeah, pastel teal. I cannot wait to swatch these. We have a pastel blue. Oh my gosh. Blue is honestly still one of my favorite colors. It was my go-to hair color for such a long time before I started this channel. And a pastel seafoam. Oh my gosh, it's like such a minty color. The pastel seafoam. Ooh, it's definitely giving like a mint green. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there is 8 colors here, and that is actually how many pastel hair colors that they do have. So they honestly sent us every single one. Thank you so much, Underground Cosmetics. I have not been disappointed by this hair color whatsoever. I've done so many hair color transformations. Honestly, if you go back on my videos to like last year, did a like just pure white hair going to bold blue. And then I think we did Christmas hair where it was like white, white, silver, going to like red and bold green with some black on the tips. And like I said, I did my whole head rainbows. So I've definitely gone through the motions with Underground Cosmetics. And this just honestly brings me so much joy having this pastel collection. So let's go ahead. I'll line them up so you can see how pretty they are next to each other. And then we're going to go ahead and swatch them. My swatches, I grabbed these off of Amazon. I was debating between going even more platinum than this. But to be honest, these are extremely, extremely light blonde. And I wanted us to be realistic on the results. But obviously, the lighter you get your hair, the better that pastels are going to work. If you feel like your hair is maybe too dark for pastels, then I would recommend maybe getting like the bolder version of that hair color and then just using, you know, their diluter or their clear hair color to custom lighten it yourself. And that way you can kind of control the tones in that way. Because yeah, normally natural pastels are extremely light. So I think that these will work great. I've bought this brand before. It was under 20 bucks. I want to say I might have gotten these for even 15, maybe 13 sometimes. They seem to work really well for me. Lighting is honestly making them look so much more yellow than they are. But I'll link these below. Like I said, I got them off Amazon. Pretty affordable. It's fun testing out colors or, you know, doing things like that. But of course, like our hair and what it's been through on our head is going to be a lot different than a blank canvas like this. If you got good vibes from the video so far, I hope that you go ahead and subscribe. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out these hair colors. These are just so pretty and pigmented. I honestly cannot wait to try these. All right, do you have a favorite yet so far? Or are you like me and you just like are obsessed with all of them? So we're gonna start with the pastel lavender. These are all 4-ounce jars and they'll run about, I think it's $10.19. They do ship internationally. So if you have any questions, I'm going to link all their information below as well as their website. I love these containers. I do save them sometimes to mix stuff in. Wow, this is so pretty. I really like the tone of this. The smell, all I can really explain is it smells like a very light scented bar soap almost. It's just a very clean smell. It's not strong at all. It's almost non-existent, to be honest. Look at that. I can already tell these are extremely pastel, so you're going to want to make sure your hair is light enough to use something like this. But this is so dreamy. Look at how it just immediately took to the hair. Oh, this is so pretty. You know what? I like it better with the light on a little brighter just because they're pastels. There's their lavender. By the way, these sheets I'm using are FRAMAR Maniac mesh. They're reusable. You can just wash the color right off, so they're reusable. I really like using them for all kinds of stuff. Here's our pastel pink. I love this. It's giving just true bubblegum baby pink. So I'm really excited about this one as well. Look at that color. It's so yummy. Oof. I love this creamy textured hair color. Yeah, this is true bubblegum pink. Like I said before, every single color that they have does glow under the black light, except for their blackout, which is their black. I knew I wasn't going to be disappointed, but there's just something so therapeutic about these pastels right now. So there's our beautiful pastel pink. I really like the way this one looks. So pretty. Yellow or blue? Let's go blue. Pretty pastel blue. They really nailed the blue here. I can just tell. I just love the tones that they went with for their pastels. These are great. All right, pastel blue. We'll see how long my hair color brushes match the color that we're using. Yeah, so because this one is just such a powder blue, you're gonna really want to make sure you have your hair as close to level 10 as possible, because any kind of yellow hints in the hair, it's gonna make it lean a lot more towards, like, you know, a green or teal. I'm hoping that these swatches are pale blonde enough that it's gonna give us that powder blue and not give us any green tint. If for some reason it does, I have more of these. I'll just go ahead and tone one to more of a white. And then I will just do another one of these for you guys so that we can get good representation of what it would look like on the right tone of hair. But honestly, it looks like it's doing pretty well, so we just will have to wait and see. The recommended processing time for these are about, I think, 25-30 minutes. Sometimes I do like to leave mine on a little bit longer, but normally with every different kind of brand of semi-permanent, they're going to have different recommendations. I usually end up leaving mine in longer because I want just as much pigment in there as possible. But if you go over the recommended time, that's obviously probably going to alter the results from what they may show you on their swatch tests or their websites or things like that. And also, yeah, keep in mind the tone of your hair because that affects the color, obviously, the most, I'd say. This looks really pretty. Another win, hopefully. Actually, on that note, we might as well just go into the teal really quick because you can see that this teal has just more of a green tint compared to this blue. So that's what I mean by if you have yellow in your hair, it's going to lean you more towards that kind of tone. You want to stay more true blue if you're going for blue, I would assume. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I love this. And once you've seen all of these, please comment below what your favorite color is. Anytime someone asks me my favorite color, I have such a hard time answering because I really just kind of go with whatever it is that day or in that moment, what I'm feeling, my vibe, the vibes. But like colors like this that you just don't see often, like those seafoam, especially on like vehicles. I love seeing like old trucks with the seafoam. Oh, I am so curious to see these under the black light. I wish I would have found this color a couple years ago. Oh, okay. This is really, really pretty. Oh my goodness, maybe this with the blue. No, this might be my favorite. I didn't think it was gonna be my favorite, but gosh, I like that. I like that. Too bad I already just colored my hair teal and peach not that long ago. This one's in the running so far because I just think that's so pretty. Fun. Pastel Seafoam. So Seafoam is supposed to be more green then? Wow, this is just like, this is a very yummy light green. I like this a lot. All right, Pastel Seafoam. And here's those two kind of next to each other. So this is the Pastel Teal and this is the Seafoam. This Seafoam is a really, really pretty fun color, honestly. I really like the tints of these. Because honestly, I still am impressed with their bold and neon shades as well. So if any of you haven't heard of Underground Cosmetics, I really do hope you check it out. I think they also might, and if they do, I'll link that below as well. But I think they might also sell this on Amazon and also their website. Okay, I ran out of matching brushes. Here's this little guy. Oh, this is cute. I like this color. I knew I was gonna. This is giving me like just that pastel Easter green. This is pretty. I think the only one of these that I just can't quite picture what it's gonna come out like possibly would be the coral. Look at that. And look at how well it saturates the other side. So even though it's got a little bit of thicker consistency, it really does just glide right into the hair, goes right to the other side. It gives you just enough consistency to give you some control. And all these are conditioning for your hair. So your hair should feel better after using these. Even if you were to just take their Illuminate, use it like a hair gloss. Maybe if you really like your hair color at that time, you don't want it to fade as easily quite yet. Things like that. But this, I love this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I might have to use every single one of these on a hair transformation. I don't think I could do one and only use a couple. Like, I think I'm gonna have to go super rainbows. I was honestly just looking at my rainbow hair the other day and it's really making me want to go back to rainbow hair. All right, another stunning color. We have 3 left. This is so beautiful. Just look at how just even and pretty that is. I can't wait. Let's go pastel yellow. Ooh, that just looks like a beautiful taffy. Yum, 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 yum. Or like a banana pudding, a banana cream pie. It's just a very pretty light yellow. Absolutely stunning. Oh, we got glitter brush with purple hair dye stained on it. This is a very, very, very pale pastel yellow. I can tell already. Super curious to see what this is going to look like after it's all processed in here. Just giving me just yummy banana. It's just like a very pretty, look at this. Do I need a thesaurus? How many times have I said pretty? It's just very soft, isn't it? Just maybe do something with this, with maybe like something with more of a pop to the yellow. This is just such a nice, soft yellow. It's giving dessert vibes. I want like tapioca pudding, banana cream pie. Banana cream pie sounds good. If I could, I would. This is very soothing. Maybe that's the word I'm also looking for, soothing. But honestly, this entire experience has been soothing. I have loved every single one of these, obviously. All right, we're on to Pastel Peach. I was saving the coral for last because that has my curiosity the most piqued. Here's our Pastel Peach. Peach is all the rage right now. And I just actually colored mine. I know I've probably said that already before in this video, but I just dyed mine peach and teal. I think 2 hair transformations ago. So here's this. Once again, just a very soft, light color. Very light pink. Peachy pink. Look at that. Stunning. If there are any combos of these colors that you're interested in, you want to see done, just comment below and let me know. But I am definitely going to be planning something very pretty, light. It's so delicate. And I honestly feel like all of these pastels go well together. And I like that because if you were to put like every single one on your head, they're all going to work together. You know, there's none that kind of contrast. Like, wait, you don't belong here. Drum roll! Future me in editing, drum roll. Pastel coral. Yeah, coral is one of those ones that is just so intriguing to me. So anytime I see it, I immediately want to give it a try. Oh yeah, see, look. Well, this one's got a lot of, look at that pigment. Look at it. See how much different it looks as soon as it like goes onto the hair compared to in the jar. And same with processing. As these process, once you rinse them out, when the hair is wet, it's always going to look different or even darker than when it is dry. Just also good to remember when you're bleaching your hair. You're trying to guess if it's blonde enough. Just remember not to assume that's your final results until everything's all the way dry. And lighting also plays a huge, huge part. You know, say you get your hair done at the salon and they have a certain kind of lighting and your blonde's just on point. It's looking fire. It's everything you've ever wanted. And then maybe you go home and you don't think about the lighting that you have. Then you're freaking out or, you know, and you're like, what's up? This doesn't look the same. What happened? I'm not saying it's always the case, but you never know. It might just be the lighting. So just something to think about checking first. Just like in the beginning of this video, I had my lights set to yellow lighting and I didn't quite catch on, you know? Or same with you go out in the sun versus like inside, your hair can completely shift, you know? It's the light playing such a big part in how we perceive these colors. Enough of that though. This was our last one and I think this is so, so stunning. So this is supposed to be coral, not a peach. So I am super curious to see these two all processed, done and drying next to each other. And for that reason, I'm actually going to make sure that this one is marked because those are the only two that I feel like I could possibly confuse. I also just marked the sea foam as well because I felt like that one could possibly confuse me later, but I wasn't sure. So here's our coral. I think it's absolutely stunning. And by the way, I actually covered each and every one of these with another mesh sheet while they're processing. I'm going to go ahead and leave these on the maximum amount of time that they recommend. Seafoam blue, pastel pink, teal, yellow, coral, peach. 8 colors in all. Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful this palette looks. Oh my gosh. I want this in like a makeup palette. Aren't they just so beautifully pigmented? They're just perfect pastel. And then I put the coral and the peach next to each other on one of my chairs because I just thought that was a cool contrast to kind of see that. So cannot wait to see these all rinsed out and dried. But I just wanted to show you guys how absolutely stunning that these look next to each other. I cannot wait to see what you guys think. If you live somewhere where it snows, I think that these would look just so beautiful. Something about that time of year, it's just like a nice soft palette, but it still has all that pigment. I'll see you guys when these are all dry and rinsed out. I cannot wait. So, see you in just a second. So I decided to process the first swatches that we did together for about 2 hours, and then I decided to go in and do another swatch test and do them at their recommended time of 30 minutes. And here's our first set at 2 hours and all rinsed out. Surprise, this is what my hair looks like right now. If you saw my most recent video, I actually faded some of this color using baby shampoo, so I'll go ahead and link that video below. But so far, my hair is still super soft. It's still in really great condition, but as you all can see, my roots are all grown back. I'm gonna go ahead and get to actually bleaching, hopefully in the very next video. So yeah, if you want to see all that transpire, then I hope you either subscribe or hit the notification button. But yeah, this is kind of what we're going to be working with. But I thought it would be a good canvas to hold these colors up next to, you know. I'm going to show you them all next to each other down here and in different lighting. But yeah, I really like to see the contrast, like holding it up, like actually holding up the swatches. I'm sorry, I'm having like the worst back pain today. There's a fly in here. I love each and every one of these. I am honestly still in shock by how absolutely beautiful and just on point each color was. They really nailed this. I have them all marked, so anything with a 2 on it, those were the 2-hour ones. Let's start with the teal because this is just catching my eye first off. So here is the teal for 2 hours. Isn't that just so beautiful? And then here is our teal for only 30 minutes. You can tell that it definitely made it just, you know, a little bit darker, but isn't that so pretty? So here's that kind of held up. You can tell it's a little bit lighter, but obviously you're not going to leave it in 2 hours, but I just wanted to kind of show you what it could be. What you could do is you could always go back over this a second time. You could recolor if you want it darker, or just add a little bit of like their bolder teal. Yeah, there's their teal. I think it's very spot on. It's very pretty. And for me, I think this is a hard to find color. So I think they did a great job on that. All right, here's their coral for 2 hours. I also think they nailed this coral. It's very pretty. These are just gorgeous pastel. So yeah, you're probably going to get results more like these lighter ones, which is why I thought it was important to go back in and do that. I didn't want everyone to think that this is the color that you were going to get from leaving it on that 30 minutes. But still, isn't that just absolutely stunning? I get that easily just layering on another layer. But these are pastels, and normally if someone's looking at pastels, they're expecting them to be light. But yeah, sometimes you might want to go a little bit darker. But yeah, once again, nailed the coral. Look at this peach. Bam. This is the 2-hour one. Look at how absolutely stunning. Oh, so pretty. This would be such a pretty all-over tone. You know, you get your hair like a nice light white blonde and just like have a peach or even like a darker peach root fading to this. Here is their yellow, which I'm just digging. These are all such Easter vibes. I'm definitely going to have to use these in a rainbow hair transformation. I can tell because I don't think I can break these colors up. They're just too pretty. Like, look at this yellow. Perfect, spot on, pale yellow. Here's our 2-hour. Just soothing. This whole experience was so soothing for me, which I really needed because I am going through probably just about as much as everyone else is going through in the world right now. Okay, here is the pink. Like I said, I can't pick a favorite, but I love this pink. It is just straight up bubblegum pink. Here's our 2-hour, and here's probably more of the results you're going to get right off the bat. Gorgeous pink pastel. It's just giving bubblegum. Bubblegum baby pink. Now here is the blue, which the only thing with the blue is since it is such a pretty, you know, straight up pastel blue, you're going to have to really, like I said, make sure you don't have any yellow tones in the hair because those yellow tones are just going to really make it possibly shift to a greener or like a more tealish color. But here is our baby blues. Here's the 2-hour and here's their regular just 30 minutes right here. And they don't want you to use heat. You're going to want to process everything with this brand at room temperature because they said that heat can affect it. So yeah, no heat, room temperature processing. I did cover all of these as you saw. So I did make sure that they didn't dry out. But yeah, I think this is just a really pretty blue. Like I said, it's just something you're going to have to make sure you don't have too many yellow undertones. Looks like everything just really went on like smooth and even with all of these colors. Every time we get to a new one, I think, no, this is my favorite, but this might be my favorite. This is another color that just soothes my heart, you know, makes me happy. Just really love these colors. So here is our purple. Is it lavender? Yes. Pastel lavender. That's why it's so beautiful. I know one of you was just talking about doing lavender highlights, I believe. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's another thing I noticed is on all these swatches, the shine is unreal. They are so soft and so shiny. I like, as soon as I came in after they were dried, I was like, just my eyes instantly, as soon as I turned on the light, so like diamonds. So yeah, this definitely will give you that shine, as you can see right there when the light hits it. I love those results as well. So yeah, here's our 2 hour. And isn't that just great coverage and pigment though for a pastel? So there's those two. All right, last one, and very, very pretty one. We have our sea foam. Here we go. And here is the 2 hours. Aren't those so pretty? I love them so much. This is such a beautiful pastel, like I said. And it's not like an insane difference, but you can definitely tell, you know, how the pigment just had more time to just soak into the hair. This is just such a stunning, stunning color. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys these all down here and in the different lighting and, you know, the UV and all that stuff. And I really hope that you enjoy them as much as I do. So here you go. Okay, so the left side is wet still and the right side is all dried. I really wanted to show you guys the contrast between the wet and the dry. So on the dry side, the order from left to right is pink to lavender, seafoam, yellow, teal, peach, coral, and blue. Now it's just going into a little bit of darker lighting before we move on to the black light and the outdoor lighting. And here's the UV under the black light. Okay, now we're outside. This is kind of in the shade, so indirect lighting. The farthest to the right is the blue, and then that's going into the coral, peach, teal, pink, yellow, lavender, and the seafoam on the end there. I just love how these change in the light. But these are just the smoothest pastels. Here's them in the sun now, so shiny. I think the shine just is what I noticed instantly after they dried the most. And they're just extremely, extremely soft. And again, that's blue starting on the right side, going into the coral, and then that lighter one is peach. Then that's your teal, pink, yellow, lavender, and seafoam. And then this is just different parts of the sunlight where I thought it was brighter, just kind of some different views for you. I really like to show as many different variations of light as I can when I do these. But comment below. Do you like seeing all these different versions? This might be my favorite, just right over here in this light shaded area. They just really, really are so pretty looking to me right here. All of these outside have been the ones that I only processed 30 minutes. And now this is both all dried. So this is the right side where they were in 2 hours and the left side is where they were in less time. So only 30 minutes on the left side. So yeah, 30 minutes versus 2 hours. Both sides are all dry. So here's them now next to each other in the regular light. And then here's them next to each other outside. You can see that the 2 hour ones do pop a little bit more than just the 30 minutes. I do have health issues, so I'll sometimes end up leaving my hair colors in longer than 30 minutes. So for me, I like to look at these ones that have just been processed a little bit more because I feel like that's the results I would probably end up getting. But as far as like the brand's actual recommended time, that's what the 30-minute one is representing there for you. And then this, I just wanted to show it transitioning from the shade into the sun. And now this is all of them dry under the UV light. So in person, it's a lot more obvious which color these all are. And for the holiday spirit, here's our tree, and here's some nice yellow tree lighting with your pastel hair colors. All right, well, I hope you guys love these colors as much as I do. And thank you so much again, Underground Cosmetics. And if any of you did like any of these colors, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, link everything below. And if you are curious about their other colors, like their bolds or their neons, I've actually swatched every single color that they have, except for maybe their gray. That's like the only one. So I'll go ahead and link those other 2 videos below so you can really check out all their inventory of all their different colors. I've really enjoyed every hair transformation that I've done with all of their hair colors on myself and on my wigs and stuff like that. So I look forward to trying these. Like I said, I'm seeing rainbow in the future. As for me, this needs to get gone. We're leaving it. We're done. We're moving on. I have so many other things that we need to get to, so many surprises, and also so many end of the year things we need to compile. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of this month. If this was your first time here, I hope that you subscribe, keep hanging out. And my Instagram is also linked below and in my bio in case you want to come by, say hey, send me pictures of your hair, whatever. So I hope to see each and every one of you in the next video where we get to bleaching and figure out this mess. Much love, everyone.
Have a beautiful day.